Hello and welcome to the Baseball Junkies podcast. We are at episode 5 of season 2. I am your host, Adrian, from A League of Our Own.
And I'm Mr. Enfuego.
I'm hoping everybody had a great week. We got a lot of good baseball news to talk to you guys about today. Thank you for joining us. If you're here with us live in YouTube, hope you guys all are doing well. If you're listening to us on the podcast format, thank you guys. We appreciate you so much. Mr. Fuego, did you have a good week, sir?
I definitely did.
All right. You ready for some baseball information?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, guys. We want to start off today's podcast paying our respects to Dick Groat. He was a sure-handed shortstop in baseball and a quick-footed guard in basketball who was among the few to play both sports professionally but stayed on the diamond to win 2 World Series and place a box score for the finals and final out in the New York Giants' last game at the storied Polo Grounds. He passed away on April 27th at a Pittsburg hospital. He was 92. We also want to talk about another really cool Pirates story that happened this week. Pirates infielder Drew Maggi. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this on any kind of baseball news that was happening this week. Drew Maggi finally makes an MLB debut after 13 seasons in the minors. There was a lot of cool clips and kind of like backstage kind of videos, showing him coming up and finally getting a chance to play. He's still working on getting his first hit, but I gotta say hats off to Drew Maggi. It's quite the accomplishment. There's so many out there that never even get the chance to make it to the big leagues, and super cool that he did. And I'm really hoping he gets a hit here soon. That'll be cool. But congratulations to him for making it this far.
If they had a Hall of Fame for the minor leagues, he would be the first class inductee.
Yeah.
But sadly, Maggi was optioned.
Has he been optioned since already?
But he will remain active as a DH as the 27th man for right now.
That's cool. I did see him get to play, saw highlights of him in a couple games. I know he pinch hit for Andrew McCutchen. I think that was his first. That was when he debuted. And then I think he had to play outfield in the other game for a minute there too. So I think that was really cool that the Pirates gave him that shot. So that was awesome. Other cool stuff going on. I'm sporting my Giants today because they are doing the Mexico series is going on right now. The San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres are playing a series in Mexico right now, and it's actually a really good game. I'm looking at the bottom of the 5th right now, 8-7. So a lot of good offense going on here. So it's pretty cool. They got some. San Diego's got their City Connect unis on, and the Giants uni really cool like black and like orange piping on it with it says Gigantes on it. It's pretty cool. I'm digging that. So we got a lot of pitcher news this week. Mr. Fuego and I were going through all the different stories. There was just a lot of really cool highlights this week for pitchers. Of course, Shohei Ohtani makes it pretty much every week. Shohei Ohtani, I think it was Tuesday's game, almost broke a really crazy record. He damn near hit for the cycle. Yep. He just came feet short of hitting the cycle, and that would have been the first pitcher to do that since 1888 was what we were looking at there. First pitcher to hit the cycle in a game that they pitched, that they were on the mound. And of course he was phenomenal on the mound as well. He went the first 3 innings were perfect, and they're playing the A's. So, yeah, they won. So, yeah, that happened. Other, cool stuff that happened this week in pitching news, like Alex Cobb pitched another shutout for the Giants. Sonny Gray keeps dealing for the Twins.
Where did this Sonny Gray come from?
I know, coming out of nowhere. Somewhat. Sonny Gray, when he played in Oakland, he was awesome. You know, he's one of those players that went to New York, and he kind of just, you know, unfolded there. And now on the Twins, he's the ERA leader in baseball right now, killing it. So that's pretty awesome. Spencer Strider, very, very close to pitching a no-no this week. We got the rookie pitcher Hunter Brown had a really good performance this week as well. On the, you know, he's a Houston Astros, and also Garcia shut out the best team in baseball right now, the Rays. So, or arguably the Rays. Well, I'm not saying that that's in stone, guys. I'm just saying. And Zac Gallen, another pitcher, just because of the teams they're on, I think Zac Gallen is dealing on the Arizona Diamondbacks. So, I mean, we've got a lot of amazing news, and I haven't even talked about Garrett Cole. I haven't even, you know, talked about Clayton Kershaw. I think, you know, those guys, like, they're just,
their actions just speak for themselves, really.
Absolutely.
I mean, like with Zac Gallen, you know, his scoreless streak just ended, but it ended as the 7th longest in history.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome. You know, with all these new rule changes and stuff, obviously the offensive like side of things are really, you know, like overshadowing a lot of things, but there's still a lot of pitchers dealing like crazy stuff this week. And you know, Garrett Cole, I watched him in his game earlier this week, and they were talking. I remember they were talking about, oh, he's starting to unfold and and I'm just like, he had one bad like play, like he didn't catch the ball when he ran to first, blah blah blah, but he still pitched a heck of a game, and it's like, I don't, you know, a lot better than a lot of other pitchers are doing right now. So
then you got pitchers who aren't doing so good. You know, they're too many. They're getting called out on owies and boo boos. I'm not gonna mention a person by the name of DeGrom. You know, he was pitching a lights out game yesterday, actually, and he took himself out because he started feeling some discomfort in his throwing arm. So they took him out. I mean, granted, he had Dane Dunning to pick up where he left off, but I think I saw it in the comments. Basically, DeGrom just needs to retire. I think his time is done.
Yeah, I don't know if he's done. I just feel like he's so good, but I don't know if he just needs to take it back a notch, because it's like, it's almost, to me, it's like he pitches himself into this. He's pitching like so good that his arm really can't take it, because I feel like this shoulder, this elbow, all this inflammation thing, it happens every year. I called it, you know, during the off season where I was talking about I wouldn't take him because he's always on the IL.
Yeah.
So, and then I know then, you know, Verlander is still on the IL, but it's looking like he's going to be starting his rehab.
Well, he did pitch a couple of innings in Double-A. He threw 4 2/3 scoreless innings. So I mean, that shows good sign that he's coming back up sooner than expected, you know. And I'm looking forward to see what he's gonna do, because I got him on my fantasy team.
Got you. That's cool. Just speaking of injuries, just got to bring it up. I feel like it's a good transition. You did have some news on Aaron Judge that I think, yeah.
So if you haven't caught the game, Judge, number one, you got an individual who's 6'7", 200 plus pounds. He slid in a very awkward way, to where if y'all watch MTV, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, show Ridiculousness, where they do the little scorpion. Basically, he slid into the point where he could kick himself in the back of the head. Okay. Yesterday, he was taken off the lineup because he underwent an MRI that we were waiting on to find out the outcome, and never really knew it took so long to get results of an MRI. But based off the results, we did find out that he does have a mild right hip strain, But right now, we're trying to figure out if that's going to be something that is going to warrant being on the either 10-day or 15-day IR list.
Oh, the Yankees. How's Stanton looking too?
Well, Stanton being Stanton. I mean, haven't heard anything about any type of rehab work. Still no word on Montas or Rodon.
Yeah.
Severino is starting to pitch. He's looking good. So hopefully he gets to come back and help out that starting lineup. Yeah, I mean, we lost our two biggest bats, and right now it shows.
Yeah. We got a comment that's kind of interesting right now. It says J-Rod just left the game along with Luis Robert. So
yeah, J-Rod got pulled out for a back issue.
Yeah. Dang. All right. So, last week we talked about Fernando Tatis Jr. coming back. He's been back. He's been making the news. Slow, his defensive side of things looking better to me. The bat is starting to turn around a little bit. He made the news though. He said, oh man, now I can't remember what game it was. He was at a game this week, and he was playing out there in right field, and they were taunting him. And like, he's on steroids, and he's out there dancing to it. So I thought that was kind of cool that he reacted in that way. It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Just played the game, did his thing, didn't get all upset about it, take any swings at anybody or throw cuss at anybody. So that was a nice change of pace there.
And I'm sure he expects that. For right now, he expects it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does, but I feel like they all do, but I feel like how they react to it is always different. It's nice to see when somebody is an adult about something and turns around and laughs at himself a little bit, maybe things of that nature. So
take notes after Anthony Rendon.
Yeah. All right. We had Wander Franco doing more crazy things this week. He had this just phenomenal catch back behind the head, kind of vibing some Willie Mays a little bit. He made an insane barehanded catch on Monday night against the Houston Astros. Martin Maldonado hit a pop-up down the left lane, and Franco sprinted towards the line and ended up very awkwardly. It looked like he was trying to move his glove over to it, and he ended up catching it barehanded right in front of Randy Arozarena. It was a cool play. Definitely something to take a look at. I'm sure it's all over YouTube and stuff like that. Just type in Wander Franco barehanded catch and you'll see it. It's pretty awesome.
And the analyst was talking, they compared that catch to the same catch that David Wright, when he was playing with the Mets, did when they played against San Diego a while back.
Okay. We also have Mexico series. We've got Wander Franco, Shohei Ohtani did crazy things. Aaron Judge is hurt. Ronald Acuna, dang. Already early talk of him being National League MVP just because he's been playing so well. I feel like when I'm watching and I'm hearing all these different news stories, a lot of more crazy, exciting things happening in the American League over the National League, but Ronald Acuna is definitely, to me, an exception in that. Almost a lot of people kind of, I don't know, because he was injured and he didn't play last year and wrote him off kind of thing. And I'm like, he's phenomenal. He's back full throttle now, doing crazy things on that Braves. Dude, the Atlanta Braves, I feel like we haven't talked about them enough. They are doing they're playing good baseball over there. They're the team that I like to watch over in the National League for sure. I want to pull up the standings right now, get a good look at everything, because there were some things as I was looking at the standings that kind of surprised me a little bit. For example, the American League West, we've got the Texas Rangers leading at 15-11, followed by the Houston Astros. The East, we've got Tampa Bay. As I said, they've got a pretty good lead over the Baltimore Orioles in there. That American League East, that's got to be the toughest division in baseball right now.
Oh, definitely, hands down.
Yeah, Minnesota Twins in the Central there, few games up over the Cleveland Guardians. We've got the Braves, pretty good lead over the New York Mets in the National League East, 18-9. And I think that was Tampa Bay Rays got the best.
They got the best in the league overall with 22-5.
Yeah, and looking like here's the other good one we talked about a little bit last week. The Pittsburgh Pirates are in first place, 19-8, a couple games over the Brew Crew. The Pittsburgh Pirates have the best record in the National League right now. Did not think I would be saying that this year. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
whatever it is y'all doing, keep doing it.
Yeah, Diamondbacks in first place too. A couple games up, or a half a game up over the Dodgers. Yeah, that division, that National League West has just been very disappointing this year. Like the Dodgers and San Diego, San Francisco, just not playing to what I thought they would be at so far. So, just something.
I mean, speaking about the Pirates, we had something go down with Brian Reynolds.
Oh, Brian Reynolds. Yeah, he signed an extension. Kind of surprised both of us this week because, all the talk, we had heard earlier in the, last year, the end of the season and over the off season was he didn't want to be with the Pirates. And then there was this whole debacle with his contract and he wasn't going to be able to go anywhere, blah, blah, blah. But so I don't know if there's been some talk in that clubhouse or what, but they're playing better. They're making, they're signing people and they're in first place. And
yeah, I mean,
Bryant, and dude, that's awesome.
Reynolds got extended on a 7-year contract totaling $100 million on top of the $6 3/4 million that he's already getting for this season. And then the Pirates made it known that this is just the beginning of extensions. They plan on signing some more people.
That's really cool to hear that. That's really cool. The Pirates are going that direction because for a while there, I thought the Pirates were one of those teams like my Oakland A's. And I thought they were just going to be a minor league team that's playing in the major leagues as a filler kind of thing. That's kind of how I feel like the A's are. So, so that's freaking awesome to hear that. Some other highlights I saw this week, Teoscar Hernandez on the, Seattle Mariners aren't performing as well as we had hoped right now, but Teoscar Hernandez went off this April. He's been hitting good. Yeah, he's been getting good hits, hitting home runs, doing things, making things happen. Did do a walk-off earlier this week. Cool stuff for him. And then we're talking the Twins. The Twins won the series, man, against the Yankees, which that hasn't happened in 21 years.
I know it was pathetic.
Yeah, I think it was standing out, and I don't know. I don't know if that's a good enough excuse because at the time of that series, Judge was still there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with the Yankees. They just didn't.
They just imploded, for a lack of better terms.
Pieces of the puzzle did not fall together, so I'm not sure what happened there. So hopefully they come out of this. Hopefully they get past the injuries and things move on and what have you. Sabol, rookie for the Giants, came up, hit a walk-off homer this week. That was a pretty awesome moment with the San Francisco Giants. And I think that's what I have for baseball news this week. I think we've got a history lesson for Mr. Fuego.
Well, on this day in baseball history, and all of my Canadian friends should know this one, and even some who are not. But in 1994, You got a guy by the name of Kirk Ruder of Montreal. He became the first major leaguer since Fernando Valenzuela, in 1981 started his career with a 10-0 record, as the Expos actually beat the Pirates that game 3-2.
That's freaking awesome. I'm wanting to put up, because we're going to be doing our trivia here next. You guys remember we did our first trivia last week, and I'm going to put in the chat now the 3 different people. First up, we've got 6G. I just put 6G's YouTube channel there in the comments. Be sure to give him a click and a follow if you haven't already. We also, I'm going to get up Grade-Worthy Cards. That's Alan, another great YouTube channel. I want to get all of these guys in there for you so you guys can check them out and congratulate them on last week's baseball trivia that we did. And I did not prepare well enough for this on how I'm going to do this in the future, but definitely check these guys out. We'll get these all here. And then I'm going to give you guys this week's trivia question. I'm just going to do one. That way we can spotlight one person and then go from there in the following weeks. All right, here we go. I got Grade-Worthy there in the chat. And then if you guys are listening on the podcast, on your phones, whatever, I'll have all this in the descriptions and things of that nature. You can click on them. Lisa, you're next. I got you next, Lisa. Don't you worry. You're next, Lisa. We got Sticks, we had Grade-Worthy, and we got Lisa Z. Definitely check her out too. Go over to her channel.
Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah. All right. And now we will get Lisa in there. All right. They're all in the comments now. Be sure to check them out, give them a sub, all those good things. And then next week, like I said, we're doing one question here. There'll be one person, so I can pin it at the top, and we can focus on the one person. We were just giving it a test run next week to see how it would go. I hope you guys are ready for trivia this week. I'm gonna go ahead and flash the question again, because apparently I started the show off with it there the whole time. So if you look at the bottom of the screen now, question is, who has the most career walks in Major League Baseball history? You guys just type in your answer. We're going to give you a few seconds here to answer that, and then I will flash up the answer to that. I've got a little video Mr. Fuego made with the answer that's pretty cool. We'll give you guys about 30 seconds. Ooh, we're getting some answers up already. People are guessing. We're guessing. Nolan Ryan, we're guessing Bonds. Ooh, we got a good question in the chat too. Do you think Shohei Ohtani will be traded before the end of the year? I'm leaning more and more towards yes, that he's going to get traded, just because the Angels I know he wants to win. I haven't seen the correct answer in the chat.
What they're putting up are at as of a certain date, but I'm talking the actual answer basically is the big picture. But
okay,
this is a dry run. Okay,
all right. Is the question worded correctly? I'm wondering. I gotta look that up now. All right, let's see what we got here.
So we'll show off what we got, and then I'll go ahead and just
explain it. All right,
feel what I got here.
All right, you guys, check out the screen. Here we go.
So basically, since 2007, it was Barry Bonds. He had 2558. Okay. And they mentioned Ricky Henderson, Babe Ruth, and then Ted Williams. Basically, those are the only 4 individuals that's got more than 2,000 walks in their career.
Yeah. So technically, well, it should have been Barry Bonds instead of.
It should have been Barry Bonds.
All right. Yeah. So then in that case, we've got the very first person to answer that. Somebody said Nolan Ryan. White Sox Tom.
White Sox Tom, yep.
White Sox Tom. I want to know if White Sox Tom has a channel. Gonna check real quick. He does. All right. So congratulations, White Sox Tom. We will be spotlighting you next week in the podcast, doing the whole thing, get you some more subs, hopefully, and all that good stuff. So
I'll do my homework on the questions better next time, I promise.
Yeah. And we're gonna do some different stuff with showing it on the screen and stuff like that. So thank you guys. Tom got me by a set. Yeah, he did. He was the first one to get it in. So that's cool. Congratulations, Tom. So, all right, guys. Baseball news. I think I'm going to move into hobby news unless Mr. Fuego has anything else. I know I'm forgetting something. I'm sure I am.
I don't think you are, but let me just go through real quick just to make sure.
Adolis Garcia. We were going to say Adolis Garcia had a crazy freaking game this week. On the Rangers.
3 home run game.
Yeah, that was insane. We were joking around on that because he's on your fantasy team too, and
and I pitched a fit about it.
I know you may or may not have accidentally benched him. I'm going to give you the benefit of doubt and say accidentally. So
but no, we pretty much covered everything that's relevant for baseball news.
Awesome. All right, we got some pretty cool hobby news. I'm thinking this week because obviously 2023 Bowman came out. We've been seeing lots of people ripping and opening that. I had a jumbo box that I opened on my channel this week. It was awesome. I got three Bowman first autos. One of them was a parallel, just all that you could hope for. I only got one pitcher, so not too shabby at all. That worked out. I've been watching different videos because we do have. So I think I touched on it last week, but I wanted to go at it, like reiterate it, that there is a bounty out. David Adams Sports Cards has a bounty out for the Drew Jones Superfractor. They're giving people $250,000 if they pulled that card. That's 1 of 1, which they haven't.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, yes, there is more. If Drew Jones gets to the Hall of Fame someday, they're gonna give you up to another $750,000 to total $1 million.
What a way to retire.
That is freaking awesome. Drew Jones is the highlight.
What throws me off about this, though.
What's that?
I saw the most recent draft. Drew Jones was selected number 2. So how is he getting the whole spotlight?
I think just because of his name, because of his dad, is the only thing.
Jackson Holliday's dad is Matt Holliday,
but he's not in this. He's not in 2023 Bowman.
Okay,
his Bowman first is in 2023 Bowman. That's why. Jackson Holliday's card is in 2021 Bowman draft. So that's what's going on with that. And then I see this question in the comments, and I'm gonna address it. So do you hold the card or do you sell right away? For me, Bowman, I'm selling everything as fast as I can possibly do it.
Yep.
That's my opinion. Unless there's somebody that you like, maybe there's somebody like just like your normal collecting thing. Like if there's a player that like there wasn't anybody in the Oakland A's system that I was excited about at the moment. There's a couple of Bowman first cards for them. There's nobody that I'm like excited about, and I've done that in previous years, like Max Muncy for the Oakland A's and stuff like that. But I wasn't too excited about. I'm excited about to see them play baseball, like Jackson Holiday and stuff. But those aren't for me collecting. And when any Bowman first comes out, people go crazy for those Bowman Chrome first parallel autos, things like that. To me, it's unless you want to collect it because you have an attachment to it or you're into that team or something of that nature. I sell Bowman cards as fast as I possibly can.
I mean, just look at 2020 when it was the season of the Martian. As fast as those cards were pulled,
yeah,
they were getting flipped, and you've seen all types of variations on the bay and everything.
Yeah, and Mr. Fuego, of course, is talking about Jason Dominguez. And I mean, if you look now at his card prices, you can get a decent one for a decent price. Now, some of the autographed low number parallels, they're still up there. They're not what they were, but they're still way up there. And I couldn't touch those, but yeah, Bowman, I'm ripping. I opened that jumbo box. I'm going to open a few blaster boxes as well. And I'm flipping stuff as quickly as I can. And on another note, one of our other stories today, SGC is running a special again where they are doing the $9 grading on 2023 Bowman. $9 grading, any card out of there with a 5 to 10 day turnaround. We saw them do that with 2023 Top Series 1. I thought it worked out well. They were turning the cards around quickly. It was a good price. I kept a couple of those, but I flipped most of those. And that's just me. Like if you're like a collector, if there's a 2023 Bowman person that you like, that's a cheap way to slab it and keep it nice in your collection. Yep. Not telling you guys to flip cards or anything like that. I'm not in any way, shape, or form any kind of investor by any means or anything of that nature. But I like to, I feel like a lot of collectors like to sell a few, or I feel like it gives it more pizzazz for trade too if it's in a
definitely trade bait.
Yeah. So there's more questions in the chat, and I'm going to get to those because they're all stories I've got coming up here, as a matter of fact. So as I said, SGC, $9 Bowman right now. I think that's going on let's see, probably all of May, I think. I don't know if I saw the certain date on that, but something to keep in mind if you guys are interested in that. Also, SGC is doing this cool like show thing with
collaboration.
Yeah, they're collaborating, and they're going to have a show where they're opening product and you can get into these breaks, and SGC is going to grade cards right on the spot for people and reveal it during the same show in the grade, reveal the grade of it. That's freaking amazing. I like that idea. I think that's fun. I've heard rumors, people talking about like maybe that's the direction Fanatics might be going, like looking into doing more things like that. I can get on board with that. If you have a breaker that you trust, maybe you broke with Leighton before or what have you, and you get into a break, they pull a nice card. I'm guessing they ask you if you want to grade it or not. I would hope.
It would be nice to see other slabbing companies doing what SGC is doing.
Mm-hmm. Trying new things. It's awesome. So the other things that are coming up, baseball card releases. We've got Panini Stars and Stripes are coming out. Not really particularly a high-end, exciting product, but it is fun to open a little bit. Every once in a while, Panini Stars and Stripes is one of those things that I open up and I'm like, oh, cool, I got an auto ad thing. And then you go back to it a couple years later because some of those people have made it. They've got their Bowman cards or they've made it to the big leagues. Like I just saw a Stars and Stripe of Drew Jones posted the other day. So that kind of thing. Also, May 10th, we got 2023 Donruss coming out and Topps Sterling. So 2023 Donruss, a little different this year. there's no active players in that product. It's all retired players or prospects. So Donruss has been one of those staple products that I open every year because it's fun. They usually have all the really fun parallels. Like they've had Marvels in the past and the Bomb Squad and rated prospects, rated rookie, things like that. They can still do rated prospects. They're not going to be doing rated rookies this year. So I'm not going to be actively going out to purchase this. If I see a blaster of it or something like at Target, I might pick it up just to check it out. But it's not something I'm actively going out to purchase. Topps Sterling is a higher end product. I'm not sure what it's at.
Right now, that's not the date that you just mentioned. It's not even solid. They got the to be announced in parentheses.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So Topps Sterling might be even further out. The last I heard about your 2022,
the platinum is June 7th. So right now, I'm bypassing any products for the month of May. There's nothing out there.
There's nothing out, but your Chrome anniversary, May 7th, it's looking at right
June
now.
7th.
June 7th. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I keep bringing that up every week because I can't believe they pushed it back that far. But
I know. Well, I mean, 2021 came out around the June timeframe also.
Yeah. We're going to be a few months into 2023 baseball season, and we're still going to be hunting Julio Rodriguez rookie cards.
No complaints from me.
Yeah. All right. So what else we got here? I think. Oh, I also wanted to mention 2023 Topps Archive Signature Series that also came out last week, and
that was a complete disaster.
It's garbage. It's garbage unless you just got money to burn, kind of thing. I hate for people to waste their money on that. I've never seen so many Mark Kana cards in my life that were in every. People are opening cases of this and stuff like that, and the sealed stuff, and you got like a bunch of different 101s because they're different cards that they stamp 101s. But I'm sure I haven't looked hard enough, but I haven't seen a Mike Trout or a Shohei Ohtani or a Julio Rodriguez. I'm sure they've been pulled, but after I'm watching like case breaks of it, because I want to see what the case hits or something like that are, and I just Tim Anderson's and who else did I see? Zac Gallen's and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong, those cards are cool, but they're not $70 cool. They're like that product should be $30 or $40. I'm sorry. Like, it should be. Like, I don't know. Don't buy that. So I know it's a short podcast, but I think that's all we have for this week. Mr. Fuego, what do you got going on in your channel this week?
Well, I've been dragging my feet with it, but I'm going to do a video opening up a super box of Series 1.
Nice.
I did pick up some editions of what will soon be deemed the greatest J-Rock collection on YouTube. So once I get all those together, I'll start doing everything and then put it out there for everybody to see. And then next week, Thursday and Friday, I will be off the radar completely. I'm actually going on vacation for once. I'm going to Key West, so y'all not going to hear from me.
Nice. I even tried to see if he wanted to take next Saturday off, but he's not having it. So we will be having the Baseball Junkies podcast next week. I also have my PSA. I have a PSA reveal that's going to be dropping tomorrow. That's got a few of Mr. Enfuegos in there as well. So that's coming up here. I opened one of those super boxes a couple weeks ago. Those are fun. So I'm excited to see that. We also have, what else do we have? I have nothing. I've got nothing. I got more baseball I got to watch. I'm going to finish. Man, this Mexico series, we're at 8-10 now. San Diego's up, but the sixth inning.
One thing the baseball junkies do have planned coming up, okay, and we're actually going to start getting the ball rolling with it starting tomorrow, hopefully. If you've missed previous episodes of any podcast shows that we did in the past, we're actually going to put them on another format besides YouTube. So the Baseball Junkies is looking at actually developing an actual website where you can keep your little library of the episodes that we have completed up until this point. And if you missed any, all you got to do is just go back to that one and play catch up, if you will. More to follow on that.
Awesome. Yeah. So moving on and moving up. You guys, thank you so much for joining the Baseball Junkies podcast today. We hope you have a good rest of the weekend. We'll be seeing you out there in YouTube land, and we will catch you on the next one.